In this video I'm going to be helping you pick the perfect marathon shoe. What is up everybody and welcome to 40 Runs. My name's Chris Ford and I'm a running coach based here in the UK, and today we're going to be talking about finding the perfect marathon training shoe. Now I don't know when you've got that marathon or when you're going to start training, but today my main aim is to help you sort of navigate the minefield of marathon shoes. So marathon shoes are a funny old thing because ideally you need to train in it and then you need to race in it, and it needs to do a little bit of everything along the way. Now there's a few things to consider and we're going to go through them step by step today, and hopefully it helps you make a decision. Okay, so the first thing, I think it's the most important thing with any decision you make, and that's price. Now all these super shoes, you've got £400 ones, you've got £250 ones, and it's entirely down to you in terms of budget. Now what I can say to you is, hand on heart, is you will get a very good marathon shoe, people, for £150 to £200 or even less. I would strongly recommend looking at last year's models and maybe picking one of those up. So look, you don't need to be spending big money, people. That's the point when it comes to price. Right, next up, and I know this is confusing, do you go plate or non-plate? So a carbon plate comes in some of these racing shoes now. Now this has got energy rods in it actually, so probably a bad example. But some of these marathon racing shoes and even some of the training shoes now have got carbon plates in them, or half carbon plates or carbon elements in them. And I think it's a personal choice. Me personally, I like a carbon plate. I like something that can help me out. I also find with a carbon plate it stables me out a bit because I tend to pronate a little bit. But a good example of a shoe that you don't need a carbon plate in is this, the Asics Superblast. And this is the best marathon training shoe you can buy. And why is that, Fordy? Well, it's got a fantastic foam in it. We'll come on to that. It's really wide. See the width of that shoe? So it provides a stable ride. And it's really good in terms of those longer miles. Because you're going to be out there, people, doing long runs in your training. And you want a shoe that can soak it all up. So think about it in terms of plate. Plate will give you a bit more propulsion, but it will make it a little bit more rigid. So you might notice that a little bit more when you're doing some of that easier work. No plate gives you a sort of softness, easier recovery and that kind of thing, but obviously you lose a bit of performance on race day. Okay, so while I've got this in hand, let's talk about foams. So there's loads of foams. All the different brands use different foams. And then when it comes to foams, you really need to find out what works for you. For example, a fuel cell in the New Balance shoes could be really, really soft and overly soft for a lot of people. Same with Zoom X. I see people running like this with their pronation in the Zoom X because it's too soft for them. I find the Flight Foam Turbo in this Superblast is absolutely perfect for me, and same with the Light Strike Pro in here. So I would make sure that when you're looking at these shoes that you also look at the foams and the compounds and find out how soft they are, how much width they've got, look at the stack heights and things like that. Again, we'll come on to stack heights, but have a look at the foams because they're all different, people. They're all different. So stack heights, this has got 41 mil of stack in it. That's illegal if you was like an Olympian or something like that. But for me, it doesn't make any difference because I'm not an elite runner. But the stack heights have increased, so there's a lot of these marathon shoes out there with these increased stack heights. So that's going to be an issue if you're pronate, if you roll in, roll out. And so look for something that again suits you in terms of your gait. Maybe it's worth getting your gait analysed, but just be careful and check the stack heights on some of these shoes. Me personally, I don't really tend to go over 40 millimeters. I think 37 tends to suit me. Although saying that, there's about 41 millimeters on this Superblast, and I love it. Okay, next up, outsole. The outsole on this Superblast is terrible. It's the one thing that lets the shoe down. But on the Pro 3, it's a fantastic tacky outsole that works really well on race day. So look at the outsoles. Think about where you're running, what you're running on, and that kind of thing. It's definitely worth it. And also in terms of durability, because you're spending a what's it load of money, you want a shoe that's going to say, well, stay in one piece. Okay, people, are you going to race in it? That's the thing. Are you going to buy one shoe that you're just going to take the whole way through? So maybe you need something like the Superblast or like an SC Trainer version 3 from New Balance? Or are you going to go for like a daily and then use it for race day? Have a think about how you're going to use it so before you spend your money. Right, fit. These shoes all fit differently, people. This is wider, this is skinnier. Some don't fit true to size, you know. So look at the fit of the shoe as well. Make sure the fit is perfect and get some miles in there early doors and try it on, yeah, because you really need the shoe to fit well. Weight is important for the marathon. Some of the shoes are a little bit heavier out there this year. Stuff from Nike is really heavy. So have a think about the weight because, you know, on those longer runs and through the marathon, you don't want anything too heavy because you will notice it towards the end of the marathon. Trust me, I've done it in some heavier shoes. These shoes are a little bit lighter, like the Superblast is, you know, relatively light. So, you know, look for something that's, you know, 9 ounces or below, really. But see how you get on. But think about the weight as well, people. Now, look, the last thing on this, because I don't want to make this video any longer than it needs to be, is does the shoe make you feel awesome? You want something you're going to step onto the sort of start line, step into, you know, just get out of the car and do that 20 miler, that's going to make you feel awesome, that's got that confidence going through it. You want a shoe that gives you confidence, that will make you feel awesome. Both these shoes, for me, are there. And that's what I want you to think about. When you get that shoe, does it do that? Does it give you that confidence? Do you get that belief? No hot spots, fits well, it's light enough, makes you feel fast, makes you feel awesome, carries speed, it's stable, the foam is working for you. All those kind of things that we've spoken about in this video all come together. Yeah, give you that real confidence and make you feel awesome. Okay people, so they're the things that I would recommend you look for when choosing a marathon shoe. For me, this is the best marathon shoe non-plated, I think training wise, and then this is the best race day shoe for me. But let me know in the comments, what do you think? Have you got anything else we need to think about, look into? Let me know in the comments. But that's it from me guys, I'll catch you later.